Greetings, scale modelers, and welcome to another quick and dirty build and review. This episode will focus on the Academy, Space Shuttle, and 747 Transporter in 288 scale. Does that sound like an odd scale? It does. The thing is, like on your desktop though, 288 scale is really perfect. So this thing represents a huge step forward in the United States space program and all space programs, because this is the first time where you were able to stipulate conditions of how your space flight was going to go. Before, you just hoped that it would work at all. This brought the concept of using and having it come back in such good condition that you can reuse it. So this is revolutionary. And in August 12th, 1977, I was a kid in 4th grade watching this on TV. Went back when there were 4 channels. And this was amazing. And so it was the Space Shuttle Enterprise, and you know it had a connection with Star Trek. That's awesome. And it worked. Everyone survived. And this was just a huge step forward in human history. And it's in a kit by Academy. And let's get into this thing and have some evolutionary space program enjoyment. The shuttle orbiter and the jet are bagged separately with 4 sprues, 1 slender sheet of decals. This is very straightforward. The level of detail is terrific on this. There's a lot of lines on the jet that I wouldn't have expected to see. So there's a pretty high level of detail. Away we go. This is one build where I have really made honest mistakes all along the way. So I'm going to come out of the gate telling you that. But after that, let's get into the details about this. The instruction sheet, in some areas, perfect detail. And color chart, it's on the basic side, but it's all you need. And symbology matches all the others. But these graphics, the earliest version of this kit was 1983. These graphics were bad for 1983. These graphics were bad for AMT in 1968. And the thing is, like right here, in this instance, that's a perfectly clear graphic. And if this whole sheet looked that good, I wouldn't even be talking about this. But this is desultory, half-assed. Look at how many different opportunities. There was at least 3 opportunities there where they could have improved that. They didn't. And I did make mistakes throughout this build. And using parentheses instead of just showing how to build the other side. And I'm just saying that, like, the elements are there. But for some reason, at the same time, I don't like it. Well, for my Space Shuttle and 747, I did Vallejo black primer, and I worked through my airbrush really nice, and my next coat through the airbrush worked great with my flat aluminum Tamiya for a base coat. And I did want to say that if you buy this kit, it is very credible as they molded it. And really, I mean, the 747 comes mostly silver already, and you could, do the top white and get it done that way. And the Space Shuttle was molded in a really good looking white and black as well, and it was completely well, actually the underside of this needs to be silver, but it was molded in a really good looking black. Look at that. I was really pleased with the molded colors, and you could do a credible build not painting much. I mean, you do need to paint the top of the 747, but the way it came out molded, this is a really sharp kit. Well, for my Space Shuttle and 747, I did Vallejo black primer, and I worked through my airbrush really nice, and my next coat through the airbrush worked great with my flat aluminum Tamiya for a base coat. And I did want to say that if you buy this kit, it is very credible as they molded it. And really, I mean, the 747 comes mostly silver already, and you could, you know, do the top white and get it done that way. And the space shuttle was molded in a really good looking white and black as well. And it was completely well, actually, the underside of this needs to be silver, but it was molded in a really good looking black. Look at that. I was really pleased with the molded colors, and you could do a credible build not painting much. I mean, you do need to paint the top of the 747, but the way it came out molded, this is a really sharp kit. Okay, the fit of that covering rear cone, that was just driving me crazy, but I got it sealed up with a crazy glue gel and then an outer coat of white glue, and then I sanded it as much as I could. And now I just got back from morning track practice, and I'm shooting it with the first coat of Tamiya white. And if I can get away with one coat of white, why the heck not? I had to do a lot of work to get average results on my orbiter. I'm happy with the mask job on the rudder, but I had to do numerous retouches, and boy did I have to do a bunch of patching just to get that to look like crap. But so I don't know, this is a bit average, but I love that black. Under Space Shuttle Enterprise. Now, a mistake that I made with this Academy kit, what looked like a doohickey that was like a extra sprue or like a molding mistake, that's the windshield for the 747. So just be careful when you're cutting stuff off and check it up against the parts list or the instructions to make sure that you're not throwing something away. This will go into the 747 after I join the two body halves together. I was going to bust it apart, but this will slide in. But on the shuttle orbiter, I don't think they included a windshield. And I'm going to cut off a little piece of a greeting card box. And I think those are a bunch of thank you cards. And I'm proud every time I use up a box of thank you cards. I'm using evergreen canopy cement. And this is the original box for the model. In case this tip helps you out for how to get those pods on there. That's how I'm letting them dry. Hopefully they'll, I keep readjusting them and they keep moving. So I hope I can get those to dry straight. This was a fun build just because of the subject matter for me. This took me right back to grade school. I watched Enterprise go up in the air. I think it was Enterprise early on in the space shuttle program. And when I was in grade school, I was collecting stamps about the space program. I was building model rockets, all that fun stuff when you're a kid. And so that was a big part of what this kit was for me. And like when I was a kid, there were a lot of rough spots in this build. The model doesn't really have a good side the way I built it, but at the same time, I had a lot of fun. And this is a very practical kit. You know, the quality's so-so, the fit is so-so, but it's still fun. And, you know, this is going to make me smile every time I look over at the shelf. So it's a good one. The Academy 288 scale space shuttle with 747 transporter kit. Overall, it's a fun build. But I got to tell you, on detail, average. Fit, serious issues. You will contend with fit and finish issues, okay? The way that this thing fits on there was just, it'll drive you nuts. And the braces under the space shuttle, between that and the 747, it'll drive you nuts. But after it drives you nuts, it will delight you on your desktop. This is a whole lot of space program, honest endeavor, ingenuity, stick-to-itness, and just uplifting effort about this whole thing. And it does capture a great moment in time. And when I was in 4th grade, nothing could have made me happier than this. except maybe watching Evel Knievel fly over a stupid canyon. Maybe that. But other than that, this has been another quick and dirty build and review. Thanks for watching.